Since the early 1900s, green screening has been used by filmmakers to achieve the effect of seemingly transporting their actors from one place to another. It has since become the #1 method for Hollywood movie makers to put special effects around their subjects, and is a far preferable alternative than manual rotoscoping. But what if in 2021 there was a new way? What if green screens were becoming obsolete, instead replaced by the power of machine learning and artificial intelligence? This is a program called Runway ML. It aims to get machine learning AI into the hands of the masses without the requirement to know how to code, which was previously a fairly substantial hurdle for getting into this sort of thing. It's also free, which is a huge advantage over its competitors like Adobe After Effects, which has a similar thing in RotoBrush 2. Runway ML is still in beta mode, so as with all artificial intelligence, it will continue to get better over time, and with each iteration, it will learn a little bit more about how things are supposed to be done. It's also browser-based, so it uses their servers rather than your computer, so you don't need a hugely powerful machine to be able to use it. Here is some footage that they provide to show you the wonders of this green screening without a green screen. You have to plot which you want to include and what you want to exclude, give it a minute to process, and boom, we've got a perfectly rotoscoped subject. But can we really trust the example footage that they provide? I went out and took some footage of me walking and skipping around. Oh, this is demeaning. It's an intentionally a very busy background. Plus, I've been wearing a green shirt this whole time, which is notoriously something that you can't do with an actual green screen, because you'll end up with a floating head. So, let's see how it does with this. Right, so let's drag this in, include me, and exclude the background. That's already absolutely nailed it. What? Wow. I did not think it was going to work this well. Yep, absolutely got it spot on. Even my skipping? Yep, completely nailed it. All right, the heel click, that's the real money maker. Yep, it's, oh, maybe my arm perhaps hasn't been included, but it's pretty dang close. All right, so if we preview this. Oh, wow, this is, what a cool place. I love being in this location. Oh, this is demeaning. Oh, just makes me want to jump with joy. But once you've got it into Premiere Pro, you can just ultra key on that, and then boom, I'm in the desert. How cool is that? Oh, wow, this is, what a cool place. I love being in this location. Oh, this is demeaning. I mean, yes, if you showed this to anybody, they'd be like, well, you're on a green screen. And then you'd be like, ah. But actually, all things considered, it's hugely impressive that it managed to cut me out so well. That would take hours to do manually rotoscoping by hand, and it probably wouldn't look that good. The main limitation I find with the free version of Runway ML is that when you're exporting video, it only exports in standard definition. That's why the intro of this video was, you know, slightly lower quality than it might normally have been. As you can see, this is a 1920 by 1080 high definition Premiere Pro timeline. If I drag in this green screen stuff, it's very low quality when compared to standard HD. So it does reduce the quality a lot. You can pay $35 a month and get the Pro version where you can export in 4K. That's up to you. I think it also could benefit from a sort of refining the edge tool, because the edges are a little hazy and they sort of go in and out. Green screening isn't the only thing that Runway ML can do. It also has things like animation, stylization, depth maps, image analysis. It's also got text generation. So I'm going to type out the first few lines of a script and we'll see where it takes it. Okay, we've got a strange script. Let's just see how this goes. We've got quite a script here. The Casbah was filled with a sheer wave of them, as if supported by a massive grapefruit-sized vine. The camera pulls back to reveal even more copies of the mosaic in place, extended by a few equally huge grapefruit vines. The images coming from all directions collide into a single, very efficient individual effort. Instantly, the pupils of the eyes widen as they peer over the magnifying glass. The act of picking and gritting the peel of the mango is clearly framed by a single complex tool called a knuckle. Yellow, 6/4, 1994. The camera then stops and allows a person to pick and wince from underneath as they wrangle the fruit from the floor, wrapping the prongs of the peach-sized clamshell around it. Yellow, the 6th of January 1994. As they face the camera and the camera's point of view, a wave of confusion and awe sweeps across the face of Lady Melanie. The avocado heads to meet the mango, but its end could well end in tragedy. As a vicious wind sweeps it around a curve, the camera resumes its trail, as Lady Melanie would say. Didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it is still very impressive because they've gotten the general gist of what things are. They've clearly understood that I'm talking about some fruit here. They also understand that Lady Melanie is the name of a character and that this person is a person and has a face. It doesn't make logical sense, but it's readable. It's not total gobbledygook. It's really quite impressive stuff here. It's also got some photo features like colorizing images, estimating the depth of an image, and removing the background from images. So it's, in a way, this is kind of like Photoshop. All right, let's just get this stock photo of a rather strange looking child and see how well it can colorize it. I have no color reference of this photo to be able to see how well it compares to the original. It'll either look good or it won't. Wow, it colorized it. That's pretty good. I mean, I assume that the background was probably green and leafy. There's not a whole lot of detail there, so I have no idea how it knew that. It's just out of focus bokeh. But I mean, yeah, his coat probably was brown and pink. Skin tones, bob on. That's really quite impressive, actually. I'm gonna try this black and white thing with a photo of me now. This is a bog standard headshot of me that I use for various things. So now we actually have something to compare to the original photo to see how accurate the colors are. That's really close. It's not perfect. If we get up the original. Okay, so it's close. The skin tone is slightly off. Made my neck slightly purple and my shoulder a bit blue. It's also made it look a little bit sepia. It's like got an old school film look to it, which may be an intentional thing, but it may be just the colors are a little bit more muted. But considering it was given a black and white image, that is really close. So there you have it. That is Runway ML. Fantastic piece of software. So many different options of things to do. I've just sort of scratched the surface of what I've covered today. It is free, as I said, so feel free to check it out for yourself. Let me know if you come up with any cool creations. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.